Hi, I'm Gadis of MadebyMutiara and welcome to my channel. I'm a creative calligrapher over on Instagram, and something that I really like to do is to try new mediums and try new pens and materials and share that entire process with you. So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Artistro brush paint pens, and they sent me this set, so thank you so much Artistro. And these brush pens here are water-based, quick drying, non-toxic, and also claim to be multi-surface. So what I'm going to do in this video is to swatch these brush pens on paper, on glass, and also on wood to see how it fares and maybe consider using it for DIY projects in the future. Make sure you stick until the end for a very special announcement, and yeah, let's get to the swatching. So first impressions of the packaging of the brush pens, I like how sturdy it is, and it has all the colors stated at the back, and it does close and open very nicely with a magnetic latch. You can't really see it, but it is magnetic. When you open it, there's a small insert with some information of where to find the company, Artistro, and here are the colors. So all of the metallic colors are at the top row and the basic colors are at the bottom row. And the good thing about this is that the metallic and basic colors are actually differentiated by the color of the barrels, as you can see over here. The size of the brush tips are definitely on the bigger end. It's definitely, I think, smaller than Tombow brush pens, and it's definitely more firm, and you'll see that later when I do the swatches. For the swatches, I started off with the metallic colors first, and I must say, first impressions, very juicy. I am very happy with how much ink comes out with each color. Oh, and the paper that I'm using is Strathmore watercolor paper, so they definitely do have that nice watercolor paper texture. And overall, on white paper, they do have that nice metallic shine to it. So yeah, definitely will recommend it if you're doing a lettering piece or maybe a card for someone. This is a really good option to use. Next, I'm going to be swatching the basic colors, and oh my gosh, they are also very juicy. I am very pleased with, of course, white. There won't be any color, but later you will see what it looks like on black paper. But in general, I am very happy with how I'm able to also create the thin up strokes, because the brush tip is definitely more on the firm side. And yeah, I love how they dry in the end. They do have this like matte finish when it's dry, very opaque. I do think they have a good balance of warm and cool colors. Now on black paper, the metallic pens do have that metallic shine to it, and I don't know if it's the type of paper that I'm using. I'm currently using black cardstock, but although the shine comes through, the color, the background color like the green, the red and the blue, later you'll see, it does not come through as brightly as I hope. So when we take a look at the color purple, you'll see that it doesn't even come off as metallic, and I don't know why this is the case. And yes, it's juicy, but it does, I don't know, absorb into the paper, so it might be the case of the paper that I'm using. Same for the basic colors, they are really juicy, and I'm glad to show that white does come off really well as well. It does dry really nicely, that you can still see the color on top of the black paper. Like, I kind of expected you won't be able to see any of the color like how the purple metallic was, but I'm quite pleased to show that, hey, you can actually still see the yellow, you can still see the green, and of course with the exception of black being on black paper, that's the only color that you can't see. Here are what the final swatches look like, and I would say that metallic definitely is much better on white paper, and maybe black paper you might want to try using the basic colors. Next, I'm gonna test the metallic brush markers on glass, and I must say that yes, they are juicy, but they don't seem to dry as nicely as I hoped. They had like a bit of a sticky surface when I tried drying it for like, I think about 30 minutes. So it might be because I have to leave it on for longer, but for now, when I tried swatching it, I noticed that the blue and the purple colors, they do come off a bit more transparent than metallic as compared to the other colors. So yeah, after giving it some time to dry, you can see that blue and purple did come off a bit more transparent. So yeah, just take note that maybe these metallic markers are not the best on glass. The good news is that these markers are water-based, so they are very easy to remove using water and a damp paper towel. And yeah, just like that, I have a fresh new slate to work with. So now I'm going to test the basic colors instead, and good news, they actually did fare much better on the glass compared to the metallic colors. They do come off very opaque, very even, they do dry really quickly, and yeah, you can see for yourself this is what it looks like when dry. Definitely think it's a much better option to use compared to the metallic colors. So this is a piece I did and I posted yesterday, so I thought I'll try to check back a day later to see how it fares if I were to smudge it with my fingers or use a paper towel. Since it's water-based, I don't think it'll stick to the glass as much. Going lightly like that, it doesn't remove at all, which is good. But if I were to put a bit more force, let me see. Oh, actually the thicker part seems to do pretty well. But when you go to the thinner parts, you can see the ore here, it rubs off pretty easily. But the thicker part seems to be able to resist that, which is, I guess, a good thing. And you can see the corner here. With enough force and perseverance, I'm very sure I can erase it very easily using my fingertips, which of course is not ideal if you intend for this to be permanent. So if I were to use water, and then I'm just going to go over the word, and it rubs off like a dream. So I guess that's the good part. If you're not planning to make it permanent, then you have ease in knowing that this actually removes really easily. What I did for the roses over here is to actually color in the back and the front. So let me just show you. This is actually the front. And all I did at the back was to just color in some general shapes. So if I were to take out the frame, yeah, this is the reverse side of it. And I'm just gonna clean it off the same way. Yeah, it cleans off very easily. And last but not least, I'm going to test the brush markers on wood because they claim to be multi-surface, and I definitely want to see if these brush markers are something I might use to make ornaments maybe later in the year for Christmas. So I divided up the segment into 8 and I have 2 slices to test on. So here are what the metallic colors look like on the wood. So the colors are gold, silver, red, doesn't really look very red, blue, I don't know why it's so dark, you can't really see the metallic pigment from it, and then there's bronze, green, purple, also seems to be very inky, about the same as blue, and last but not least, black. So you can see here the formulation for blue and purple tend to be very similar, which is probably why they behave they did on the glass. On the other side of this wooden slice, I actually painted chalkboard paint on this side of the slice, and I also wanted to test what the metallic colors might look like. Maybe it gives off a better color, and yes, I'm proud to say that hey, actually the colors do look much better against a black background. Well, of course, except for the blue and the purple you'll see later on, but for the rest of the colors, I think they don't look too bad. Now for the basic colors, again, I'm just going to divide it into 8 segments and test each color, starting with orange. And of course, because this is a light background, the white is not as obvious, but I think they look pretty cool. Like, it's pretty decent the way they dried up really quickly. So I'm gonna do the test again on the other side of the wooden slice with the chalkboard paint at the background. And yeah, again, the colors look so much better. So I definitely recommend if you are doing wooden slices where you color in either acrylic or chalkboard paint on the front, the colors of the brush markers definitely stand out much better. So here are what the wooden slices look like compared to each other side by side. The one with the black side definitely looks much better, and you can see that the metallic markers do have the shine to it, which is really nice. So yeah, if you want to try it out to use for decorating your wooden slices, these markers definitely do the job. So a few days later, I wanted to test how they would fare against water. So I did try to wet them a little bit to see how much pigment comes off, because you saw how easy it was to clean on the glass. So I want to see if the same thing might happen with the wooden slices. So as you can see, with the metallic colors, nothing comes off at all. But with the basic colors, there are some color coming off even after drying after a few days. So I'm going to repeat that process again on the other side, and let's just do a check experiment. And metallic colors win for not bleeding any pigment color, whereas for the basic colors, you'll see that there is some color coming off. So yeah, you can see that we do get a range of results when it comes to swatching on all of the different surfaces. I do want to keep trying on other surfaces, so make sure you follow me on Instagram at MadebyMutiara for that. Other things that I really like is that the brush tip is definitely on the firm side. So if you're a beginner, this is definitely something that you can use and practice with. I also really like the packaging of it. So this is definitely something that you can give someone and it'll look really nice in this box over here. And I also think that the price point is definitely on the affordable end. Plus, you get both metallic and non-metallic colors. And yeah, overall, I'll definitely keep using this mainly for lettering, and definitely make some handmade wood slice ornaments towards the Christmas period. If you want to buy these brush paint pens from Artistro, you can use my code GADIS, GADIS, on their website to get 10% off. Not on just these brush paint pens, but also on anything off their website. Or if you prefer to buy them over on Amazon, they do sell their products there. Use the code 10GADIS10 to also get 10% off anything off their store. The code will apply to the Amazon stores in the US, the UK, and Canada, and I will have the links to them down in the description below. And now on to the special announcement. If you want to get one for yourself, I am going to be giving away one of these brush pens, so be sure to check out the details down in the description below of what you have to do to qualify for the giveaway. If you have any other questions, then feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you found this review useful, then give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, and of course, thank you so much for all of your support. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!